Alrighty friends, you should be accessing and working in all of your enrolled courses for at least 20 minutes every day. So that means that for English, for math, for science, for history, and for your electives, you're going to log into each one of those courses and you're going to check your announcements and you are going to actively work on something that's relevant to that course. So I'm going to just show you how to do that and what that looks like. How to look for things to work on using this course right here. This is an English course with our lovely Miss Brindley, and I'm going to show you the example using this course. So I'm on my dashboard. Here's my published course. I can click on it to go into it. I can also find it from my course list if I click on courses and find my course. And it's this one right here, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it. This is the first thing I'm going to do every day. Before I even start working on anything, before I even check my calendar to see what I should be working on, I'm going to click into every single one of my courses, and I'm going to click on announcements. Sometimes you will have things in here. You'll know it's brand new and you've never read it before if you have a little blue dot next to it. But every day you are going to check in to the announcements for every course to see if anything's been posted here. Generally, this is just going to be tips and tricks to be successful in your course, because anything that's required, anything that you need to know that's required information is going to be sent to you through email. And that's a different expectation, checking your email twice a day. I would also check my email before I started working. But right now we're just talking about your courses and accessing your courses. So we're talking about these announcements. So make sure that you are clicking into your courses, you are clicking on announcements, and you're reading any announcements that are here. And you have to do that even if you have your notifications set up to send your announcements to your email, because that's the only way your teacher knows that you've read them, is if you click on them and you mark them as read, which means you have to come into this announcement tab. Either click on it to look at it, or if you did it in your email, you can click through here and just click mark all as read, but you have to come in here. Now that I've done that, if there was an announcement or any information that I needed to write down, I would have wrote that down, added that to my today's to-do list. To find out what I need to be working on, I have two things supporting me. The first thing that's supporting me is my calendar. So I'm gonna come over here to my calendar. We're not gonna look super close at my calendar because that's a different video, but I am gonna come to my calendar. I'm gonna look at all of my courses for that day and write down anything that is due. I'm gonna write down when my live sessions are. I'm gonna write down if they were optional or required. And if there's something I know I have to attend, because it's required, I'm going to highlight that. If it's something I know I need to attend because I need extra support in that course, even if it says optional, I'd go ahead and highlight or mark that on my calendar or on my to-do list. So I'm looking through here. Excuse me. We are talking specifically about this English class using Miss Brindley's as an example. So that's what I'm looking for. Your calendar's color-coded. This is a teal color, so anything that's over here that is teal is the course that I'm looking at. You can look at all your courses and do this step all at the same time. You can also just come in here and unactivate everything and just activate the one calendar that we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as is for the example. But looking down this list, there's another video specifically on how to find those live sessions. So if you need more information, go watch that video. But I am going to look through here, and anything that says live required, I'm going to write it down on my to-do list with what time I need to be in that session. Because remember, you need to join a minute or so early to make sure that you're showing up on time. Have your camera on, working microphone, your face should be centered. We should be able to see you. And then I'm also going to mark down any live optionals, but I'm going to decide whether or not I want to attend those. So if I don't need any help, if I don't have any questions, I might not attend that live, but I have to attend this one. So those are on my to-do list. The second thing that I'm going to put on my to-do list is anything that does not have live in the title. For example, 2.10 does not have live at the title. This one doesn't have live in the title because these are independent work tasks. These are things that I need to complete outside of a live session. These need to go on your to-do list. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the course because I want to show you the second way that you're being supported to know that you're doing what you need to be doing each day. So I've checked my calendar. While you're on the calendar, you can really easily get back into that course by clicking on it, and then where it says source calendar, clicking on the course to take you into it. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to go to the home page. It's probably going to take you there automatically, but if not, you're just going to look over here and click on home. You're going to scroll down, and each of your courses are going to have a home page, and this information is going to be on here, but you may have to click on a link. So you can see, for example, Mrs. Brindley's got you some really great information here. And if I wanted to look at your social contract for Miss Brindley's course, I would click here, learning dispositions. They're all here. Some of your course teachers might have something called a lesson plan or a pacing guide or a lesson guide or an assignment guide, but they may have a link that you have to click on. Some of your teachers, like Miss Brindley, will just have pasted it down in here, but either way, it will be here somewhere. So I'm going to scroll down, and the second thing that is supporting me to know what I need to be working on is this lesson layout, this planning pacing guide that we have. And I can scroll down and I can find the day's date that I'm working on. I'm making this video on January 31st. I don't know if you can see that on the screen share. So let's just pretend like it's January 28th. But if I scroll down here to January 28th, I can see that on this day, I need to get these two things done. I'm working in Module 2 on persistence and persuasion, and I need to make sure to complete this assignment. You can find those modules. Now that I know that I need to be working in Module 2, I know what I need to be working on. You can find those modules, you can find those assignments by clicking your Module tab over here. Remember, I'm looking for Module 2, Persistence and Persuasion. It's 2.09. I wrote that down on my to-do list, and now I'm in the Modules tab, and I'm looking for 2.09. So I'm going to scroll down until I find 2.09. And here is what I need to complete this day. I need to complete everything that is in this folder. Sometimes those links take you directly to just one piece that you need to do, but it might also take you to, like, if it's a quiz in math, sometimes you'll click on a link and it'll take you just to the quiz. So make sure that you're going to modules, you're finding what you need to find, and you're completing everything in here, because this is going to teach you how to do the thing that you're then asked to do, whether it's an assignment or a quiz. And you can see once I complete all of these things, I also need to make sure it's listed on your calendar as well. But I also need to make sure that I do this assignment, which was not over there in the module. So the module told me and taught me all of these things, but then when I click on this, it takes it to a different folder. That's why you need to be checking your calendar. That's why you need to be checking in the module to find those assignments. And then you can use this as a backup. But if I go back to my calendar, both of those things are there. So it's not like if I look here, I'm going to miss something from there. If I look there, I'm going to miss something from here. I'm just pointing out that you have two different places where that information is. So whatever is easiest for you to look at, but your calendar is the official place. So you do not have to look at that home page to see that rundown, but you do have to look at the calendar. So I'm going to pop back over here to the calendar just to show you how that information is in both places. I'm going to have to go back to January 28th because that's what we were looking at as the example a second ago. And now I'm on January 28th. And you can see that 2.09, it's going to direct me to that assignment up here. But if I scroll to the bottom, don't ask me why they sort the way they do. Here was that quiz that also needed to be completed. So don't worry about like, can I find it? Is it not going to show up? Your calendar, it's always going to have everything there. So always check your calendar. But if you need another way to visualize it, you needed a little extra support, go check your home page inside the course, because there's also a planning guide in there to help you. But you do always want to check your calendar. All right, so that is how you know how to access your courses every day and how to work on the assignments that were assigned specifically for that course. Some days are going to be lighter days than others. Some days you may log in, you may not have a required live session, and you may not have specific assignments that you need to be working on that day. If you are having a lighter day than usual and you are looking to work on something, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look inside your courses, because you've already checked your course announcements, you've already looked at your calendar, and now we're looking for other information. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your course. I can't click on it because I'm not going to show you private information for other students, but you're going to come in here and you're going to click on grades, and you're going to scroll through your list, and you're going to make sure that your grades are correct. You're going to make sure that anything that you've submitted has been graded. You are going to make sure that if your course teachers left you any comments, that you've read those comments, and that if it's something that, hey, please go do this, or hey, redo this, that you're following through with that you're following those instructions. But you're also checking for zeros. Zeros are missing assignments. You missed something. You either submitted the wrong thing. You may not have submitted it at all. You may have missed the instructions and not submitted it correctly, but zeros are missed assignments. So check for zeros first. And if you have a zero on anything, that is something you need to be working on that day to get caught up, because it is past due. And just a quick reminder, we have quarter cutoffs for deadlines for late assignments. So once that quarter deadline comes, even though the semester may have another 9 weeks in it, you will not be able to submit late work after that quarter cutoff. Super important we're getting those assignments turned in on time, and that if we are missing something, we get it turned in ASAP. Make sure you're communicating with your course teachers if you're having any struggles doing that. So we're going to work on missing assignments first, checking for zeros. Then we're going to check for any low scored assignments. So anything that I did not pass, anything that I struggled on, anything that I scored below a C on specifically, I'm going to look at that and I'm going to say, hey, is there something I can do to improve that grade? Can I redo it? Is there extra credit for it? I'm going to check and see if I can improve that grade. After I've done those two things, I'm going to work inside of Lexia if it's an English course. If I've met my Lexia minutes, I'm going to work inside of IXL for English. And if I am in a math or a science course, I am going to work inside of IXL for math, IXL for science. There are videos if you need help on how to access IXL or what to be working on inside of IXL. Go check out one of those other videos. But that is how you're going to meet that time requirement for active practice inside of each course every day. So remember, that's 20 minutes for every enrolled course that you're in. And if you have any questions, if you need any help, please reach out to your homeroom teacher and your course teacher. Thank you.